Hello, and welcome to the first tutorial in what's going to be quite a series of different tutorials to show you how to use the software package of AutoCAD. This particular version is 2021, and if you're watching this video as a student of Reese's College, then this is the version that you'll be using. I'm used to a slightly older version, so this is going to be a bit of a learning experience for me. And hopefully I can show you how to use that. But some of the functionality remains the same, just a few little bits have changed, which you'll see me trying to get over. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the very beginning. Now, I'm not an expert in AutoCAD, far from it. It's a massive piece of software that you can be as complex as you want to. But I'm going to show you how I learned to use the functions and the common functions that you will use over and over again. And I've been able to produce drawings for planning applications, detailed models, and all sorts. So you'll be able to do the same. But I'm not professing to be an expert. So anybody watching this who's got some advice for me, I'm more than willing to listen. So hopefully this is the screen that you will see. You'll get started. Start drawing. If you've never used it before, this is the only option you'll see. As you can see here, I've got some recent documents that have been opened, some Buckingham as a house type, Dresden as another house type, brick and wood CAD drawings are drawings that the students use when they're building models, and then there's a couple of drawings there for projects that we've done with students at the Cheshire Show. But anyway, so let's click Start Drawing. And this is the interface that you will see. So you can see that you've got this drawing page. You've also got a command bar across the top. Now, if this hasn't shown up, I'll post another video of how to get that to appear. It's a simple thing to do, but I will do a separate video on that just in case you can't see that. But at the moment, I'll assume that you can see that. And then you've got a command box down here that we'll use periodically. And then down here we've got a few other options that we will delve into as we move through the different tutorials. So basically, let's get started. In construction we use millimeters. Luckily the default setting for this particular type of AutoCAD is millimeters, so we haven't got to change any of the units. But that is an option. But again, we'll pick that up when we want to set up pages for do specific things. So let's start with some very simple techniques. So first of all, ideally you've got a 3-button mouse, so that'll be a left, right click, and then a wheel as your third button as well in the middle, and that's going to give you the most flexibility when using AutoCAD, which you'll see as I move my way around. So let's start by creating some very simple shapes. So with your cursor, I'm going to click line, and you just left click on that, and now I've got a line. As you can see now, I've got a white box with some blue highlighted numbers, and that means I can type in there the length of the line, the length of the radius, anything I want basically. So it's asking me to specify the first point. So I'm just going to draw a rectangle, a basic rectangle. So I'm going to start up here, left click, and that means I can start drawing. So the white line is the line that I'm going to draw. The green line, at the moment, it's set to 90 degrees. So it's just telling me that that's a horizontal line. So the green dotted line is telling me that that's perfectly flat and horizontal. And then it'll do the same if I want to go 90 degrees. It'll do the same if I want to go 180 degrees, and vice versa, 270, 90, and back all the way around again. So that can do me. So let's type in a standard house type. If we're going to do your living room, for instance, it's about 3.5 meters square. So I'm going to put 3,500 millimeters in there and hit return. And now you can see that I've got a box. Now at this point, that it's still wanting to draw. It's extending this line. If I was to left click again, it would draw another line, and then I'd keep going. And then you think, what's going on? I don't want all these lines. So click escape at that point, and then anything that you've drawn that you didn't want, you can delete just by left clicking, turning them blue, and then clicking delete, and they'll go. And now I'm back where I needed to be. So happy days. So now I need to select line again because I want to carry on drawing. And I want to do a 90-degree drop down from there, which is also going to be 3,500 millimeters long. So type in 3,500, hit the return, and now you can see that I can't see where my wall's gone. But it's still, remember, here it is, it's still wanting to carry on drawing. So let's press escape to get rid of that command. Now, if you bring the cursor to the center of the screen and using the wheel on the button, on the mouse, if you scroll backwards with the mouse, you can see you zoom out of your drawing. If you scroll forward with the wheel, you can zoom into a particular point on that line. So let's scroll out again so I can see the rectangle. Now, also what you can do at this point, if you depress or press down the wheel, you'll see a little hand appears. So now I can drag that screen wherever I want it to be. So I'm just going to put it nice and central, just because that's how I like to do something. So it's in the middle. So now I want to complete my box. So I'll go back up to line. I'll come down until it's goes green. That's snapped onto the end of that line. So left click, I can start drawing, and then I could just type 3,500 and then I'd be okay. But what I can do as well is I can go up here, snap onto where the little green square appears, and then I can pull that down, and it will, if I left click again, it draws that line perfectly in line with that one, and then I can extend the line. Job's good. So again, I press escape because I don't want to carry on doodling and drawing, and now I've got my rectangle. So that's basic line drawing. You can do whatever you want, and we'll go into a little bit more detail in a minute. But as you can see up here, there's all sorts of different options. So let's think about doing a circle. Now, if I click circle, I've got other options. I can do 2 point, 3 point, tangent, radius, whatever I want to do. If I want a simple circle, and I know the radius is 4 meters, say, I click that, I come down here, I left click again, and I pull the mouse out, and I can see I can make that as big as I want. And again, you've got the blue highlighted text. So again, I know that's going to be 3 meters. So I'm going to put 3,000, bang, and then I've got my circle. Again, I can scroll out so I can see a bit more detail, and there might be some other stuff around this, or I can go right in and look at more detail. So that's just very, very basic line drawing. So other things is, now say for instance you think, oh, I've made a terrible mistake, I don't want that square, I want it gone. So you could select the lines individually like that by just left clicking on the mouse, turning them blue, and once you've got to that point, click delete, and they would simply disappear. Alternatively, if I go over here and just left click, I can then pull the box down and it gives me this blue shaded area. Now what that does is everything within that blue shaded area, once I left click again, it turns blue and I can delete. Okay, so I could do that if I wanted to. In fact, I will. Click delete and it's gone. If I think I've made a mistake, go back up, click the back button, and back it comes. Okay, alternatively, so with that blue shaded box, you've got to make sure that it envelops the object you want to take away. Now, if I wanted to lose 3 lines, I would go this side and then pull down left way, and you can see now I've got a green shaded box. Now, what this means is any line that falls anywhere in that shaded area, when I left click again, it highlights and it will only delete those. So I can go back and think, oh, didn't mean to do that, bring it all back. Lastly, there's a freehand version, and if you left click and hold the button down, I can draw exactly what I want to be enveloped. And I come back to there, ding. So that means I can delete everything. So there's 3 options to select stuff to delete. So I'll just click escape because I don't want to lose that. And we'll leave it there for this video. I want to try keep them short. So have a play, create some other things, delete them, have another go. Be adventurous, have a look, and then we're going to come back on tutorial number 2 and start thinking about doing a floor plan. Thank you very much.